What's up guys, CJ here, and welcome back to another all-new Hybrid Network video, this time breaking down yet another aspect of Shane Black's The Predator, the brand new Predator dogs that we'll be seeing in this film. That's right, we'll be seeing Yautja's best friend yet again in this movie for the second time. I mean, if you remember, they first appeared briefly in 2010's Predators, but this time around they are very, very different in a couple of key ways. Our first details about the new Predator dogs surfaced after set visits almost 2 months ago, and this was before the extent of the reshoots was known, so for a while we actually didn't know if they were still in the movie or not, but now that more details have surfaced about those reshoots from the fine folks over at AVP Galaxy, we can confirm that the Predator dogs have stayed in the film. But in those original set reports, multiple outlets described that the look of the dogs would be very different from how they first appeared in Predators. In that film, they were actually based on hyenas, just made much larger and with a design actually based on the Yautja themselves, with added gnarly-looking horns for extra deadliness and effect. In that film, those Predator dogs were also extremely resilient. They were able to withstand way more damage than a normal dog, or even most normal humans would be able to, but they could and did go down against conventional weaponry, as they didn't have any armor other than their horns. According to the set visits, the new Predator dogs were actually influenced by pit bulls more than anything else, so automatically you should be thinking that they'll be squatter, shorter, more muscle-bound, and kind of stocky than the lanky, feral-looking dogs from Predators. But recently we also got an actual first look at the dogs from the Predator via an interesting source: Funko. First, a leaked box for one of the forthcoming Predator Funkos featured a look at the dogs in the Collect the Set section of the box, and while it was small, you can definitely see that they aren't anything like the horned beasts that we saw in Predators. Then, director Shane Black actually took to Instagram himself and shared a much better look. One of the actual pops completely out of the box, and it honestly kind of looks like if the Rancor from Star Wars was a dog. I mean, the head is huge, with an almost flat snout and a major underbite. In line with that pit bull comparison, we can see that the dogs seem to be much shorter, squatter, and they have larger heads compared to their body, much like pit bulls. And granted, that's what Funkos look like in general, but it does fit with what had been previously described. It's worth noting that Black has a pit bull himself, so that may have been where he drew inspiration for the hounds in this film. And in fact, in that Instagram post, he claimed that it was a mock-up of his dog from Funko, but it looks way too much like the official design, on the back of that box for that to be a coincidence. To be completely honest, it's not clear yet what role the dogs will play in the film, but as the Predators are hunters by nature, we can assume that the dogs will be used almost like you would use hunting dogs on Earth. That is to say, hunting dogs are actually used in a variety of different ways, but the most common is either for tracking, like hounds, to flush out prey, like you see gun dogs do with birds, or sometimes to hunt to, take down prey themselves, like terriers do. In Predators in 2010, the first time we saw the Predator dogs, or hellhounds as they were sometimes called, they were actually used kind of both for tracking and fleshing out hidden enemies, but they could, stand their own in a fight. They took on people themselves, so it was like a combination of all three. In the Predator, we'll probably see them used in a similar way, but because of the pit bull influence, we actually might also see them more as attack dogs than hunting dogs. I mean, more combat-oriented than for tracking or fleshing out prey, because it's kind of what pit bulls were bred for. They weren't really bred for any of the things that like a hound or a gun dog was. Let me know what you think about the new dogs in the comment section down below, what you think of their look, and how you think they're going to be used in the film. But that's going to do it for me here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider turning on your notifications to be alerted every time we upload a new video. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.